check this, guys. When the price came out of Sydney, it made a spike to the upward direction, okay? And once you see the spike to the upward direction, you should have a clue that when the London session opens, it is going to move in opposite of that. So when the London session opened, it made a spike in the opposite direction, okay? So it's like that, guys. It happens more than 90% of the time. Welcome to this channel, guys. Today we are looking at Gbpchf. We are looking at the right time to enter Gbpchf. Okay, we started with USDCHF and other pairs like US 100. If you have not seen those videos, make sure you find them. This thing, guys, is so powerful and I believe it's going to help you a lot. Okay, so what happens with Gbpchf, guys, is this. Let's say this is the London session. You know, Gbpchf is a bit tricky. It's unlike USDCHF because for that pair you only observe what is happening within the London session. For Gbpchf you observe 3 sessions, okay? This is, you have Sydney, okay? So you have Sydney, and then between Sydney and London you have Tokyo, okay? You have Tokyo. If you don't understand these things, just hang around. You're going to see how easy this is. So you have Tokyo there. So the open air is Tokyo. What happens is this, guys. Let's say this is price within Sydney. This is price. You observe price the moment it comes out of Sydney and gets into Tokyo, okay? So the moment price comes out of Sydney, let's say price trends upwards, okay? When it comes out of Sydney, it trends upwards. What happens is that when the London session opens, it moves price in opposite of what happened in Tokyo, okay? Let me put it like that. So if price was slightly on an uptrend when it came out of Sydney, the London session is going to push price in opposite. This is so accurate, guys. It happens more than 90% of the time. So if you can just sit every day to do this, I'm going to open the real charts and show you what I am talking about. So this thing is so accurate. It reminds me of something, guys. Reminds me of something else. Let me show you this. Let's go to my phone right here. Let's go to this. You know, there's another trick that I have for this thing, EuroCAD and EuroGBP. For that one, guys, sorry, I'm not going to share it on this YouTube channel. But if you want to have it, make sure you log into my free Telegram group or free Telegram channel. I am going to tell you there how you are going to access this trick for EuroCAD and EuroGBP. It always works. It always works for me. Let me say today. So if you can, okay, today I only had 2 trades hitting TP. Let me just say last week. Okay, last week, let me scroll down. Okay, last week, see, this is Gbpchf all the way. This was today. I did the same thing. It worked. And this is yesterday. Okay, this is yesterday. It's EuroCAD and EuroGBP. It worked. Okay, see this. See this, guys. Check this. It's EuroCAD. Right here, it's EuroCAD. You can see that it always works. It always works, guys. US 100, I've already shared the trick. See this, guys, EuroGBP. It always works. So if you want it, just go to that Telegram channel. I'm going to tell you there what you have to do. Okay, so let's proceed, guys. Let's come back to Gbpchf. What I said is that when price comes out of Sydney, and gets into Tokyo, observe the trend. If it is an uptrend, when the London session opens, it is going to move in opposite of that for at least 15 to 20 pips. Then it can take maybe another direction. Okay, it can then take another direction. Okay, let's just go to the real charts so that I show you that we open the sessions. If you do not have this indicator, I'm going to show you by the end how to set it up. Okay, you have to move to the 5-minute time frame, guys, so that you are able to see the trend. Okay, so for today I killed it for today, and I'm going to do it again tomorrow. Okay, let's start from here. Make sure you open your eyes widely. If you can look at what happened when price came out of Sydney, okay, even though it's not clear, guys, but you can see that price pushed downward, okay, towards the London session. Price was pushing downwards. So this is a sign that when the London session opens, it is going to push price up, okay, for at least 15 pips. Let's just scroll back a bit. You should also take some time and do this for yourself, guys. Okay, so just check what happened when price came out of Sydney. Sydney is this grayish. I'm not good with colors. Is this portion, guys? And between London and Sydney, you have Tokyo. This is Tokyo. So right here, you have Tokyo. In Tokyo, when price came out of Sydney, price pushed up. Okay, so when price pushes up, you know that when the London session opens, it is going to oppose that for at least 15 pips. So you have to make the most in that short period of time. You have to make the most in that short period of time. I'm not going to be sharing strategies of how you can do this, guys, but you can have an idea of the things you can do with this kind of information. So right here you have Sydney, and when price came out of Sydney, in Tokyo it was pushing upwards. If it pushes upwards, it gives you an idea that London is going to push down for at least 15 pips. So it pushed down in London. London is the blue box, guys. So when London opened, it pushed price down. Let's scroll back a little bit more. Okay, if you can look at what happened right here, when price came out of Sydney, this is Sydney, it pushed upwards, and this gives you a clue that when the London session opens, it is going to push downwards for at least 10 to 15 pips. So when the London session opened, it pushed price downwards. So if you knew this trick before, right when London session opens, you would have entered with quite a bigger lot size so that you catch this small move and you come out. Don't stay for too long, guys. It's just a tip that I am giving you. Check this, guys. When the price came out of Sydney, it made a spike to the upward direction, okay? And once you see the spike to the upward direction, you should have a clue that when the London session opens, it is going to move in opposite of that. So when the London session opened, it made a spike in the opposite direction. Okay, so it's like that, guys. It happens more than 90% of the time. More than 90% of the time. Here is a tricky one. Okay, here is a tricky one. Price came out of Sydney and it pushed downwards, and when it pushed downwards, you would expect that when the London session opens, it is going to spike upwards. So what happened is that it didn't spike upwards immediately when the London session opened. It started by moving downwards. Okay, and what caused that? Let me just zoom in. a little bit is this last candle. Look at the last candle just before the London session opened. The last candle is very bullish, and if it's very bullish, that's why price started by opposing that bullish candle. Okay, it started by opposing that bullish candle before moving upward. Okay, so it was like that. It was like that. It's not 100%, but it happens more than 90% of the time. Okay, for the sessions indicator, just go to indicators and then type sessions on the search box. After typing sessions, select the first one, sessions by Lux Algo. Okay, once you have selected that one, you have to set some few things so that you have a clean chart. So you go to the settings of the indicator. Once you have gone to the settings, go to inputs, and under inputs scroll down, and you get to the bottom. Make sure the last four boxes, you uncheck all of them, and then you check range label, and then you uncheck the exchange outline, you uncheck the use exchange time zone, and you leave the rest. Once you have done that, you click OK, and then you will have the indicator on the screen. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you have not done so.